The Bill Gates Story. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, a city in the United States. He grew up in a happy family with his parents and two sisters. Bill's father was a lawyer, and his mother worked with charities. They taught Bill the importance of education and hard work. From a young age, Bill was curious about the world. He loved reading books and learning new things. His favorite books were about science and history. Bill was a smart and hard-working student, but he also had a playful side. Sometimes he would get bored in class because he already knew the answers. When Bill was 13 years old, something amazing happened. His school, Lakeside School, got a computer. In the 1960s, computers were big and expensive, but the school made a special deal to have one. Bill was fascinated. He wanted to know how it worked. Bill spent hours in the computer room learning to write code. He and his friends, including Paul Allen, a boy who shared his interest in computers, would skip classes to spend more time on the machine. They learned how to program and created simple games. Bill was especially good at finding solutions to problems. One day, Bill and his friends broke the computer by accident. The company that owned the computer noticed this, but instead of punishing them, they made a deal. The boys could use the computer for free if they helped find bugs and fix problems. Bill was excited. This was his chance to learn even more. As Bill grew older, his love for technology only got stronger. He dreamed about a future where everyone could use a computer. At that time, it was a wild idea because computers were only for big companies. But Bill believed it could happen. He just needed to work hard and stay focused. This passion for technology and problem-solving would shape Bill's future. It was the beginning of a journey that would change the world. After finishing high school, Bill Gates went to Harvard University in 1973. Harvard was one of the best schools in the world, and Bill's family was proud of him. But something was missing. Bill was not interested in most of his classes. He spent his free time in the computer lab, writing programs and learning about new technology. At Harvard, Bill stayed in touch with Paul Allen, his friend from high school. Paul also loved computers and always talked about big ideas. One day, Paul showed Bill a magazine. The cover had a picture of a small computer called the Altair 8800. It was one of the first personal computers that people could buy. Paul was excited. He believed this was the future. Bill agreed. They both saw an opportunity. If people had personal computers, they would need software to make them work. Bill and Paul decided to write software for the Altair. They worked day and night, creating a program called BASIC. When they finished, they called the company that made the Altair. Bill promised that the program would work, even though they had not tested it yet. The company liked the idea and invited Bill and Paul to come to New Mexico to show their software. Bill and Paul were nervous but excited. They flew to New Mexico, and when they ran the program, it worked perfectly. The company loved it and wanted to buy it. This success gave Bill and Paul the confidence to start their own business. In 1975, Bill and Paul officially started Microsoft. The name Microsoft was a combination of microcomputer and software. They believed that their software could make personal computers easier to use. Bill made a big decision. He dropped out of Harvard to focus on Microsoft full-time. His parents were worried but supportive. Bill promised them that he would return to school one day, but he never did. In the early days, Microsoft was just a small company. Bill and Paul worked in a tiny office, writing code and making deals with computer companies. Bill was the boss, but he worked harder than anyone else. He was focused, determined, and always thinking about the future. Even when things were difficult, Bill never gave up. He believed in his vision, a computer in every home and on every desk. This dream would soon become a reality. By the early 1980s, Microsoft was growing. Many companies started making personal computers, and they needed software. Bill Gates and his team worked hard to create programs that people could use. In 1981, Microsoft made a big deal with IBM, one of the largest computer companies in the world. IBM needed an operating system for their new personal computer. Bill and his team developed MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. It was simple but powerful, and it helped people control their computers. MS-DOS became very popular, and Microsoft earned a lot of money. However, Bill was not satisfied. He wanted to make something even better. He had a new idea, a system with a graphical interface. Instead of typing commands, people could click on pictures and icons. This idea became Windows. In 1985, Microsoft launched Windows 1.0. It was not perfect, but it was a step in the right direction. Over the next few years, Bill and his team improved Windows. Then, in 1995, they released Windows 95. It was a game changer. Millions of people bought it, and it became the most popular operating system in the world. Windows made personal computers easier and more fun to use. People could open programs with a mouse, move files, and even play games. Thanks to Windows, Microsoft became a giant in the technology world. Bill's leadership was a big part of Microsoft's success. He worked long hours and paid attention to every detail. He expected a lot from his employees, but also inspired them. Bill believed in constant improvement and innovation. As Microsoft grew, Bill became one of the richest people in the world. But with success came challenges. Other companies started to compete with Microsoft. In the late 1990s, Microsoft faced a big legal battle. The US government said Microsoft was too powerful and tried to stop competition. Bill had to defend Microsoft in court. Despite the challenges, Microsoft continued to succeed. Windows became a part of daily life for millions of people around the globe. Bill's vision of putting a computer in every home was becoming a reality. By the early 2000s, Bill Gates had achieved incredible success with Microsoft. He was one of the richest people in the world, but he began to think more about how he could use his wealth to help others. Bill and his wife, Melinda Gates, shared a belief: wealth should be used to improve the world. In 2000, they created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This foundation focuses on solving big problems, like improving health and education. Bill believed that everyone, no matter where they live, should have a chance to live a healthy and productive life. One of their first goals was to fight diseases. The foundation started programs to help people in poor countries get vaccines. They worked to fight diseases like polio, malaria, and HIV/AIDS. Bill traveled to many countries to learn about these issues and meet people affected by them. He talked with scientists and leaders to find solutions. Another focus of the foundation is education. Bill and Melinda wanted to help students, especially in the United States. They supported schools and programs that help young people succeed. They believed that every child should have access to a good education, no matter their background. Bill often said that technology and innovation could solve many problems. He believed in science and data. The foundation invested in research and encouraged new ideas to tackle global challenges. One of the biggest projects was helping to eradicate polio, a disease that affects children. The foundation provided funding for vaccines and supported efforts to reach every child. Thanks to their work and partnerships with other organizations, polio is now almost gone from the world. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Bill Gates became a key voice. He warned about the risks of pandemics even before COVID-19 started. Through the foundation, he helped fund research for vaccines and treatments. Bill's focus on giving back earned him respect around the world. He often says that helping others brings more happiness than making money. His foundation has donated billions of dollars to improve health, fight poverty, and expand access to education. Even though Bill stepped away from day-to-day work at Microsoft, he continued to push for innovation. His passion for solving problems never stopped. Today, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is one of the largest charities in the world, making a difference in millions of lives. In 2008, Bill Gates made a big decision. He stepped down from his daily role at Microsoft to focus more on his foundation. It was not an easy choice, but Bill felt that the world needed his help in different ways. He believed that solving global problems, like poverty and disease was just as important as building great software. Even though he left his job at Microsoft, Bill remained involved in technology. He continued to give advice and support new projects. He also spent time learning about important issues like climate change and global health. Bill read a lot of books and spoke with experts to understand how to make the biggest impact. One of Bill's passions is clean energy. He believes that finding new, clean ways to produce energy can help fight climate change. Bill supports many companies and projects that are working on this. He often says that innovation is the key to a better future. Bill also became more involved in writing and sharing his ideas. He wrote books and gave speeches about important topics. His book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, became popular and inspired people to think about the environment. Despite his busy schedule, Bill always found time for his family. He and Melinda have 3 children, Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe. Bill believes in raising his children to be responsible and kind. He once said that he will give most of his money to charity, not to his children, because he wants them to find their own paths in life. In 2021, Bill and Melinda announced that they were separating after 27 years of marriage. However, they continued to work together at their foundation. Both of them remained committed to their mission of helping people around the world. Bill's life after Microsoft is full of challenges and opportunities. He's not just a businessman, but also a global leader and philanthropist. He continues to work hard to solve big problems and inspire others to make a difference. For Bill Gates, success is not just about money or power. It is about using what you have to help others and create a better world. His journey shows that with passion, hard work, and a desire to help, anyone can make a lasting impact. Bill Gates' journey from a curious boy in Seattle to a global leader has inspired millions of people. His legacy is not only about technology, but also about making the world a better place. Through Microsoft and his foundation, Bill has shown how innovation and compassion can create lasting change. One of the most important lessons from Bill's life is the power of hard work and curiosity. From a young age, Bill was always eager to learn. He read books, asked questions, and explored new ideas. He believed that knowledge was the key to success. Bill often said, "If you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault." This quote reflects his belief in taking control of your life through learning and effort. Another lesson is the importance of taking risks. Bill dropped out of Harvard to follow his dream of starting Microsoft. It was a bold move, but he trusted his instincts. He believed in his vision and was willing to work hard to achieve it. His story encouraged people to follow their dreams, even when the path is uncertain. Bill also taught the value of giving back. As one of the richest people in the world, he could have chosen to live a life of luxury. Instead, he decided to use his wealth to help others. He believes that true success is measured by the difference you make in people's lives. His foundation focuses on solving big problems like poverty, disease, and education, showing that everyone has a role in creating a better world. Bill's commitment to innovation is another key part of his legacy. He always looked for new solutions to old problems. Whether it was creating user-friendly software or finding ways to fight climate change, Bill believed that technology could make life better. He often says that innovation is the key to progress, encouraging people to think creatively and push boundaries. Finally, Bill's life teaches the importance of balance. Even with his busy schedule, he made time for his family and personal interests. He believes in staying healthy, spending time with loved ones, and enjoying life's simple pleasures. Today, Bill Gates continues to work on global issues and inspire future generations. His story reminds us that success is not just about personal achievements, but about making a positive impact on the world. Bill once said, "As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others." This idea is at the heart of his legacy. He has empowered people not only through technology, but also through his acts of kindness and generosity. In Bill's words, "The future is in our hands. We can shape it if we work together, think creatively, and never give up." Thank you for watching. Keep learning and practicing every day. Learn English through stories. Practice speaking with shadowing. Stay with us at Deep into English and improve your English step by step. Remember, easy English stories can help you grow. See you in the next video.